docket today, so without further ado, I'll invite Heath to come up and introduce our first speaker.
Jonathan King. One of my first memories of you was when we played Cleveland in basketball in 8th grade. You were about to shoot a three, and Coach easily, confusedly was like, no. Big John splashed it right in the defender's face, and he emoted in front of the student section. Let's hear it, Biggie.
Hello. For those who have never met me, my name is Jonathan King, as y'all heard. Some may know me as Big John. One of the questions I've got asked the most, why are you always smiling? Or why are you always cheesing? The true answer to that question is, because I'm here. I'm grateful to be at this beautiful place. Baylor was never a realistic thought in my family, only a dream. A dream my parents never thought would be possible. My mom and dad put endless effort into getting me here to work towards my dream of becoming a collegiate athlete. Working overtime, sacrificing things that they wanted to do to save money for me, tirelessly preparing me to make the right decision and set me up for success later. Every thought and action was on how to provide me with the best opportunity. When I got accepted into Baylor, which was a surreal feeling, I remember my mom running to me, crying tears of joy, telling me I got accepted. I wish I could tell you the high lasted for a long time, and there was so much joy that followed that acceptance, but my high of highs quickly became the lowest of lows. On July 11th, 2020, a couple months after I was accepted, I lost my father. In a single moment, my world completely stopped. God took my best friend way earlier than we ever would have thought. The man who stood by my side through everything, the man who I could go to for anything, was no longer here. I didn't know where my life would head after this tragedy. I felt like I would never be happy, and I wasn't for the longest time. The little kid in me, the one who was filled with so much happiness and joy, was gone. My first 2-3 years at Baylor made me question my worth, every hour of every day. Every day for me was a struggle to finish. School was hard, people really didn't know me, and I didn't really know myself. The only thought I had was, don't let anyone know your pain. Just put a smile on your face and everything will be all right. But the days felt longer and longer as the grief would not subside. My self-esteem was at an all-time low, and without my dad, I did not know who I was. True happiness returned around my junior year. I finally found my true friends who cared for me and loved for me, and not the person I pretended to be. I learned to appreciate the little things in life, but the true monumental change came when the Cherries took me as family and took me to church with them. I was lost, and when they took me to church with them, I didn't even feel worthy enough to be there. I felt, why would God love a sinner like me? I truly did not know who God was. If it wasn't for the Cherries, I don't know if I ever would have. God truly touched my heart in church and truly showed me I am worthy of love. If I had never found Christ, I don't know who I would be or where I would be right now. On December 14th, I went public with my faith and got baptized, which marked a new journey for me. A new journey of bringing the love of Jesus Christ to everyone I encounter. The one thing that helped me the most through the hardships of life was the Bible verse, Romans 8:18, which states, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed in us. So it makes sense to me now. Why did I wonder? Unable to find happiness during those few years my dad passed. It could feel like 5 or 6 years wasted, grieving. But instead, I realize now that the Lord was working in my heart and showing me that my true joy would be found in Him. If you listen to anything during the speech, listen to this. Mental health is real, and it's okay to not be okay. No matter the battles you're facing, you are worth it. Don't give up, and know there's light ahead. Now I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you to Coach Willoughby for being a father figure I look up to and come to with anything. Thank you for restoring my confidence in myself, which was one of the greatest gifts you could have ever given me. I couldn't thank you enough for the way you have impacted me on and off the field while also helping me pursue Christ. I'm truly blessed to have you as my coach. To the Cherry family, thank y'all for everything y'all have done. You've done so much for me, truly. From letting me stay the night with y'all, to cooking me dinner, to taking me to church, or just being open ears to talk to me no matter the subject. Thank you for bringing me to y'all's family and taking me in as one of your own. Thank you all for bringing my faith back and leading me back to Christ. Miss Honeycutt, thank you for showing me it's okay to open up, and it's okay to let people know your true emotions. I am forever grateful for what you've done for me without you even knowing it. I've never left your class without a smile, and you've changed my life for the better, and I'm forever grateful for what you've done for me. To my dad, Maddox, I don't think you understand all the mental battles you have helped me through. Thank you for always being there for me just to talk or probably laugh about something stupid. I wouldn't be here without you. To Dr. Rod, as a collective, I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for always having an open door and a safe space for us to mess around or just to talk to others in there. Thank you for being there for every student that walks into that room. And lastly, to the strongest person I know, my mom. Thank you for being there with me through thick and thin. For being a shoulder to cry on. And you were at every football game I've had. And you don't understand what you've shown up for me, rain or shine, meant to me. I never could tell you thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I never would have thought we would have made it this as far as we have. God couldn't have blessed me with a better mom, and I wouldn't trade you for the world. It's just us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love you so much. God bless y'all.
Piper Duckert is a community service phenom. She brings light to all the scholars she interacts with. Give it up for Piper Duckert.
I would like to start off by telling you all about my father. My dad loved cars, he loved dogs, and he was a tattoo artist. In fact, he was covered head to toe in tattoos. He loved to sign up for cooking competitions, some of which I had participated in too. He wore cargo shorts most days and had tattoo ink on almost every single one of his shirts. He loved listening to Luke Bryan on road trips and doing little crafts around the house. He also was an addict and an alcoholic. 11 months ago today, on February 16th, 2025, I received a call from my mother early in the morning. I was met with the sound of her crying, and I immediately knew that something was wrong. The day prior, she had told me that my father had been hospitalized due to his extensive alcoholism. This wasn't the first time he had been admitted to the hospital for his addiction, so I simply assumed he'd be fine in a few days, and maybe, just maybe, this would be his call to change. But I soon understood that despite him fighting as hard as his body would allow him, his addiction had won. I lost my father to alcoholism, which is a disease that doesn't just take one life, it echoes through everyone who loved him. It was weird, though. Although my father had passed, my life in itself did not physically change. I hadn't seen my father in 5 years and hadn't spoken to him over the phone in 3. But his absence did leave a hole inside of me, knowing that I could no longer save him. I know I'm not responsible for the choices a grown man makes, but I thought that I could be the one to break his pattern of abuse and addiction. But I finally realized that I couldn't save him, but I could choose how his story shaped mine. There were moments where his addiction felt louder than his love, but I chose to remember that both existed. I loved my father through his struggles, and I learned how to love myself by choosing a different path. There's a quote from Angela Davis that says, "I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept." I've had my run of bad decisions, but I can't change the things that have happened in the past, and neither can any of you. But we can all change the way we live our lives going forward. So stop worrying, stop thinking about other people's opinions, and live the way that you desire to. I don't hide from my past anymore. I use it as proof of how far I have come. The only thing holding you back from growth and change is yourself. Watching many people close to me struggle with substance abuse and addiction was really difficult, especially because I couldn't directly make them stop. As someone that likes to help people, this inability to help really weighed heavy on me, especially after my father's death. But you can't control other people, you can only control yourself. Learning this helped me greatly with my struggle with grief and regret. The world keeps on spinning regardless of what you're going through, so don't uproot your life because of difficulties you encounter. After my dad's death, I made a promise to myself to not go down the same road that he did. I wasn't going to let the addictive gene he had passed along to my siblings and I take me away from my own life. I don't stand here today despite of what I have been through. I stand here because of it. With that, I want every one of you to no longer let the things that hang over you take control of you. Like I said earlier, the only person you can save is yourself. If my past has taught me anything, it's that where you come from does not determine where you're going. I want to thank my brothers, Gavin and Tucker, for being the strongest people I know and showing the world that addiction doesn't have to be permanent. I will always miss those days we spent cooking with Dad and chasing each other around the house. Thank you for teaching me patience and my hard-headedness. To my sister Sammy, even with our 14-year age gap, you've always been someone I've looked up to. You've shown me what strength and unconditional love means and gave me one of the greatest gifts of my life, my amazing nephew. I'm endlessly grateful for you, your guidance, and you always being there for me. I want to thank my stepdad for stepping up to the plate and raising me like his own. Even though we don't agree on my music choices and the way I drive, I'm so grateful you're in my life. God knew that Mom and I needed you. And to my mom, thank you for always being by my side and being my best friend. You've always clapped the loudest for me, so I never notice who didn't. You're my biggest cheerleader. Whenever I need you, you're always one phone call away. I could never ask for a better mom. And to all of Baylor, thank you for taking me in 3 years ago and giving me the most amazing place to call home. And lastly, thank you to my father for doing the best you could and giving me bittersweet memories to cherish forever. Lord knows that I would do anything to have you sitting in the crowd today. Give heaven some hell up there. Thank you.
Elizabeth Silva is someone you would call a jack of all trades. I was lucky enough to witness her intelligence in Miss Ott's AP Lit class, shout out G period, and see her ball out on Baylor on the soccer pitch. Not even to mention her recent commitment to MIT for both her academic and athletic career. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
My name is Elizabeth Silva, but most people now just call me Silva. However, my last name hasn't always been my favorite nickname. During the pandemic, I used to be an avid video game player. Even though I dabbled in the fields of Rocket League and explored the realms of Slime Rancher, my favorite video game was always, and still is, the iconic free-for-all, Fortnite. Beyond the classic troubles of Fortnite, like trying to survive the storm, to claim the victory royale, and trying to get rid of the echoing of my mic by unplugging and replugging in the cord, another trouble was constantly plaguing me, my username. My first username, which I created at the innocent age of 7, was Mommy Unicorn 5. So that quickly had to be changed to something else once I gained 2 ounces of consciousness. No matter how many underscores I added, essentially all the variations of the username Soccer Girl were already taken, so I replaced soccer with my last name, creating the username SilvaGirl_99. However, this seemingly harmless username based on my last name soon became an easy, accessible method of making fun of me as I played with my friends online. Quickly, Silva Girl became Saliva Girl. Rather than call me Elizabeth or just Silva Girl, my last name became a source of ridicule and teasing as they replaced Silva with Saliva. Even though it was just simple name calling, it caused me to negatively associate my last name with shame. Then, with the loss of both my grandfathers and aunt in a year during COVID, Silva not only became associated with insult, but grief and loss, causing me to disconnect from my last name, and as a result, also distance myself from my family. However, my relationship with my last name quickly changed when I came to Baylor. With 2 Elizabeths on the Baylor soccer team, I could no longer be called Elizabeth. Therefore, my new name was solely Silva. As soccer players infiltrated my classes and began calling me Silva not only at practice but at school, other people soon caught on to the nickname. Rather than a means of making fun, my last name became my identity, expanding beyond the scope of the soccer team to my entire Baylor experience. The negative emotion associated with my last name soon disappeared because it no longer represented an insult, but represented me. The nickname helped me reconnect with my heritage, helping me realize that my last name shouldn't be a source of shame, insult, or ridicule, but an embraced representation of my Hispanic heritage and my loving family, where I'm not ashamed to call myself Silva. Like I learned to do, embrace who you are, whether it be your hobbies, passions, or for me, my last name. Embrace the unique aspects of yourself, because like my last name, the parts of ourselves that we embrace make us who we are. To my parents, Mom, you're the hardest worker I know. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you have done to support my dreams and education and always supporting me in everything that I do. You're the best mom ever. Dad, you never fail to make me laugh and have always believed in me for both school and soccer. Thank you for sacrificing your time and your weekends to drive me long hours to soccer games. I'm lucky to call you my dad. To my dearest friend and my dear sister Isabel, thank you for always putting up with my shenanigans and my lack of common sense. In 7 months, when I'm off to college, instead of wishing that I could spend less time with you, since right now I can't seem to escape you, I'll be wishing I spent more time with you, longing for the car rides home, our shopping escapades, and the movie marathons in your room. To my brother Cruzy, I couldn't ask for a better brother. You motivate me to play soccer with your endless passion for the game, and I'll miss the early mornings in the summer playing soccer with you in the front yard. To my family, thank you for your endless support and love. You all are the best support system and family that I could have ever asked for. To the Baylor soccer team, you all have changed my life, especially by gifting me the nickname Silva. You all will always have a special place in my heart, from late nights at camp playing cards to exploring the cities of Portugal. You all have made my Baylor experience unforgettable and irreplaceable. I love you all. Lastly, I want to thank the people who are no longer here, but who still have had an influential role in my life. To my late Aunt Priscilla, you taught me what pure kindness was. Your endless smile and never-ending positivity has taught me to look at the bright side of the world and to also cherish those who you are close to, because you never know when they will be gone. To my paternal grandfather, Poppy, thank you for inspiring me to pursue my dreams. Even though I don't plan on joining the Air Force as you predicted, I know what I've accomplished has made you proud. To my paternal grandfather, or my papa, as my biggest supporter, even though I no longer see you on the sidelines for my soccer games, I know you are watching over me and still cheering on me on. While you were still here, I wish I could have spoken to you in your native language, Spanish. However, now I speak to you through my actions, carrying not only the last name Silva that you passed down to me, but also the legacy of the dreams and beliefs that you fostered within me. Thank you.
Thanks to our senior speakers, 3 great speeches, so we appreciate that. I've got a couple announcements. The first is for seniors or those who plan to turn 18 before the next election. The Election Commission of Hamilton County will be on campus February 2nd. If you have not registered to vote, the in-person version allows you to register and then, if you go off to college, be able to vote by mail. If you register by mailing it in or online, you have to participate in an in-person election first. So February 2nd, I'll send out the times. We'll be in Hunter Hall in the College Counseling Conference Room right there. In the meantime, if you want to go ahead and knock out the paperwork, you can swing by my office, and we've got stacks of them. I just ask that you don't mail them, that you bring them in person with a photo ID February 2nd. I'll wait till everybody's ready for my next one. All right, Rivalry Week is a big week. This is not a small week. I want to give a big shout out to the girls basketball team yesterday. I'm looking at Coach Gibson. I don't know what the stat was, but after the first quarter, I think we went on a 45-17 run to absolutely demolish them. So a big shout out to the players. The student section played a big role in it, too. If you notice, I watched basketball games from the opposite side. As the first half came to a close, their forward gets the ball, and here's the chants of the clock from the crowd. 4, 3, 2, and heaves an ill-advised skyhook for an air ball, only to realize there are, in fact, 7 seconds still left in the half. and they don't convert to get it closer. And that was pretty awesome. And so the crowd can make a big impact. As we travel to McCallie tonight, that's certainly still the case. Some quick reminders. Their campus is not well suited for parking, so arrive early and plan to walk. Get there early. Coach Clark used to dub this the most watched JV basketball game in America because when you get there early, there is a game before it, and it is super exciting. We want to support our JV guys, but we also want you in your seats early and on time for the varsity game, so please be there. We're going for our 9th victory in a row, which is not an insignificant total. And so we want you to be good fans. We are guests and we are visitors. And so please be respectful of the policies they have in place. Remember, you have to have your physical paper ticket with you. We want to be cheering for our team, not against theirs. I love when y'all turn around while they do the starting lineup and shun them. I don't particularly love when we yell the word sucks after they announce each player. And so thinking of ways that we can support our team rather than just cheer against theirs. Thanks so much.
Good morning. My name is Justin Berner. I'm a member of the mathematics department. We've got a couple math club announcements. First, I'd like to congratulate the students who participated in the AMC, the American Mathematics Competition, in November. Will the following students do a quick stand and just hold up your favorite one-digit number? Jackson Rawls, Austin Lin, Elvis Zhang, Martina Xu, Ansh Patel, Tiger G, Jack Houston, Ananya Chakraborty, Ellie Wu, Richard Liu, Elizabeth Silva, Rigdon King Anderson, and Anna Stoddard. Awesome. Second, it's once again time for the MathWorks Math Modeling Challenge, also known as the M3C. During the M3C, your team will solve a large, real-world, open-ended problem. In the past, teams have tackled challenges like energy demand and air conditioning, homelessness, e-bike infrastructure. This is not just for mathy folks. Your team is going to have to do some math, but you really want team members who can write, do research, understand computer code, make graphs and charts, and some folks who are interested in social science and public policy. There are thousands of dollars in scholarship money available for the winners, as well as special prizes for teams who submit computer code. Also, if you sign up, you get free licenses for software like MATLAB and Wolfram Mathematica. This year's challenge will be on Friday, February 27th, and you will have one continuous 14-hour block of time to complete your challenge. It's only to juniors and seniors only, and if you're interested, let me know by Friday, January 30th. You can find me in weeks 304. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Battle.
And I'm Krishna.
And we are two members of Baylor Debate Club, here to tell you about a really fun chance to join.
Every spring, Debate participates in Youth in Government, often known as YIG. At YIG, you and a friend or two will create a bill that proposes a law for the state of Tennessee. Then head to Nashville to argue for your bill to become a law, alongside of hundreds of other students doing the same.
Even if you don't think you know how to do that, we promise we will teach you. Anyone can do it. It's super fun, and you will learn a ton and get great life experience.
This year, the conference will be from April 16th to the 19th. You can learn more at the 2 YIG interest meetings that we will have next week. Next Thursday, come to Sterling at 8 a.m. or during community time to hear more. Then, this coming Thursday, 8 a.m. or community time in Sterling to learn more about YIG. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am Beth Gumnick. I am Director of Upper School Theater here. And I bet you didn't know that Justin Berner is not just a mathematician. He's also a tap dancer. I know. And you're going to have an opportunity to see it and experience it in person this spring when we do Something Rotten for the spring musical. So, he's not going to be alone though. So we're going to need some other people on stage with him. So I am up here to let you know that auditions for the spring musical, Something Rotten, will be February 9th and 10th. There are going to be flyers like this all around so that you can sign up. And if you have questions about it, you can come see me in Roddy 104. It is a musical. It is a comedy. It's kind of crazy and ridiculous, and we need lots of people. And we always have a great time. I encourage you, if you have never done musical theater, to give it a try. Be surprised what you might experience that's different than anything else you've had at Baylor. And we would love to have new faces. And, of course, our veterans coming back and joining us for Something Rotten. Thanks.
All right, then, seniors, we got 75 days of class left until graduation. With the help of us, we are dismissed.